Hello friends, welcome to this week's card class. This week I wanted to make some cards that were summary but could also potentially be other cards. And you'll know what I mean in just a second. So for the first card today we are going to do this green card. For this stamp set that's on the front here, I actually used a Christmas stamp set from Stampendous. And I thought it was just a really fun set that I wanted to show you that you could use really any time of year. It really just kind of depended on how you formatted your botanicals. I decided not to do the holly leaf super intensely because I just didn't, the berries and the holly always lends people to think of Christmas. And so I wanted to make this a card that could easily be like a masculine card or could just be like a simple card for a variety of different occasions that could be used any time of year. However, if you wanted to make it a holiday card, this would be a great card to do that with. And to make it holiday-y, you just color in your little berries to make them red and add like a little red element to it, and that would just really make it pop. So to make this card is pretty simple. This is called a gatefold card, and so what we've done is we've pre-stamped some images for you on the front. Then you have this piece here. I actually took the Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide ink and I scraped it across the top part of this brown paper. This is just a normal brown, same color as our card base here. And when you scrape it across, you get that kind of distressed kind of look, and it makes it look kind of woodsy a little bit, which I thought was kind of fun. So to put this card together, what we're going to do is I'm going to start out by kind of lining this up in the middle here, and then we're going to take one end, we're going to fold it around to the back side. Then you're going to go to the back, and we're going to put on some double-sided tape right here in the middle there. And then we're going to fold this over from the front, bring it to the back side, and kind of secure it in place on top of the double-sided tape. A little bit too much tape there. There we go. Okay. Then on the front here, we're actually going to scoot this down just a tiny little bit. And in your kit, you should see a little pop dot. And I think I need to go grab a pop dot because I seem to have misplaced my pop dot. So hold on, maybe you can take this time to find your pop dot as well. Sorry guys. All right, so you're gonna take your pop dot and you're gonna cut it in half. And we have this little sentiment that says sending love. We stamped this also with the Distress Oxide ink, and then we brushed on a tiny little bit of gold mica powder. And that way it kind of adds in that touch of gold that way you tie it in with the gold medallion we're also going to use. So your pop dot, you're gonna do half on one side of your sentiment and half on the other side of your sentiment, and then peel off the backing pieces. And then the sending love sentiment you're going to put on here. And I kind of wanted to kind of bring my belly band, adjust it to the height of where I want to stick my sentiment. You can put it right here, you can put it down at the bottom. If you find that you don't want it to be on the front, you could take off the pop dots and go ahead and just put it flat on the inside of the card, and that would look fine too. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that right here on the top left. Then we have our little medallion. So I want to let you know that when I was designing this card, I was actually going to leave it just like this. And I was like, it's just missing something. And I was going to have the twine on top, and I was like, what else does it need? And so I showed this to Taylor, and he was like, oh, you need something gold. And I was like, yeah, that's it exactly. I need something gold. And so we decided to go with the gold medallion. And again, I was going to wrap the twine and put the medallion on top of the knot, but I didn't like how you could see the knot through it, and it looked kind of bulky. And Taylor was actually the one that was like, oh, why don't you tuck the medallion under the twine? So this card actually is kind of a combination of Ellie and Taylor. Mine's kind of coming together here. So this is going to go right on the front of your little strip of paper there. It's going to fit it perfectly. Then you're going to take your little twine piece here. This is 2 yards of twine. I'm going to start out by just holding the end of this little twine right here in the middle, and then we're going to kind of go back and forth from left to right as we wrap it. So that's at the top on the left and then bottom on the right, and then we're going to kind of go back and forth. So now it's bottom on the left and then top on the right, and we're going to kind of do that back and forth, and so then that way all of your pieces kind of match up right there in the middle there. Okay, then you bring this around. Then what we're going to do is we're going to tie a knot. Then on the second knot, you're going to bring your tail underneath all of the twines, and then we're going to tie a double knot if you are able to. 1 and 2. There we are. Then we're going to trim off our little tails. And there we have card number 1. And then to open up the card, you can just remove the belly band and you can open up and type right in your little sentiment, or tuck in your little typed note or whatever it is you'd like to do. And then you can just tuck that right back. Isn't that fun? So there we have our sending love card. And this could easily be a masculine birthday card, could be a holiday card, or it could just be a fun card just for funsies. You just never know what you're gonna need. All right, on to the next.